Good afternoon and welcome to the April 28th meeting of the Public Safety Legal Administration Committee. I am Councilmember Andrea Boone, Chair of this committee. I am joined by council members to my right, the Vice Chair, the Honorable Dustin Hillis. To my left, the Honorable Mary Norwood. And to her left, the Honorable E. Shay Collins. Can we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Second.
Moved by the Honorable E. Shay Collins, seconded by the Honorable Dustin Hillis. Vice Chair, please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The agenda is adopted.
Can we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Moved by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis, seconded by the Honorable E. Shay Collins. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 4 yeas, 0 nays. The minutes have been approved.
It is now time for public comment. Our first speaker is Ms. Honoree Jordan.
And after the Spirit of God, everyone that's here. Give it unto the Spirit of God, everyone that's here. Lord, how long till the wicked triumph? Psalm 94, chapter 3rd verse. This plan is a prayer for God's judgment to fall. Your evil practices bring God's judgment on you. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he would drown in the depth of the sea. St. Matthew 18, chapter 6 verse. Offenses are viewed as a reality that must be accepted in the present world. But woe, the prophetic condemnation to death, to the one who is the source of the offense. When you put your behinds in my face, you ask for death. Christ says, because you ask for death, he will give you death. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Proverbs 31:31. Here's a woman of God who is enterprising and dedicated to her home. I read the scripture to James Swift. James rejected the word that created the income. God gave me a dream. James cannot teach a man how to be a Christ-like husband, so I cannot marry him. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, and after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. 2 Peter, 2nd chapter, 21st verse. James was called to preach the word of God, and now he is working against me promoting the word that created the income. You honor James Swift, who denounced the word through his actions and deeds. You want power to disobey Satan and the power to obey Jesus Christ, because judgment day is coming. We got to all stand before Jesus Christ of deeds done in this body. I try to stand because I want to have righteous deeds to conquer my sinful ways.
Next speaker, Mr. Philip Jones.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak to this board. How you doing, Andrew? My name is Philip Jones. I was born and raised in the city of Atlanta. I went to college in the city of Atlanta. I retired from Fulton County Board of Commissioners. You know, I'm a United States Army veteran, disabled veteran, and I'm experiencing from Zone 4 inappropriate policing. And why I say that is, I live at my home, and I have a neighbor who's happened to be white, and when he's using my address as his address, and when I call, and when I'm doing work on my property, when I call Zone 4 out there, and I tell them that, hey, this is my house here. You know, my family's in there. Then the white gentleman say, hey, you know, he owned my house. And so it's a back and forth, and the reality is, you know, I'm in my house, I'm in my family, and this goes on for, I have anonymous calling from Zone 4, sending SWAT out at my address, and I'm out there cutting the grass and those types of things. And my white neighbor is able to get away with these types of things. He's moving my property lines. He's going into real estate fraud. And when I talk to Major Clay, you know, it's just like a conversation we're having, but it's no enforcement. When the police officers come out there, it's no enforcement. So we got to do better, because I'm losing my house because people see me as a black male, and they will not help a black male when I call the police. And I pay my taxes, and when I'm looked at, it's like, even with a black police officer come out there, and I say, sir, this is my home. These people are moving my states. They're lying, saying I'm cutting their trees down. This is all my property. You know, I'm ignored. And even if you go up to the Fulton County Superior Court, you know, they say they made error in the ARCA program, where you have white judges automatically approving through the ARCA. It's a white network. And when they see me as a black male. So I'm just saying to you that we have to do better. I'm losing money, my family losing money, I'm losing property, and we got a zone 4 that's inappropriate for our community. And we need to do better. We need new leadership, because I'm not getting it. And I'm losing my home, and we have to do a little bit better. I'm not upset or anything like that, but we got to do better in our administration. I'm going to be monitoring these meetings, and I hope that we can all come together. It's not just about you, it's about all of us. We're all taxpayers, and I'm not getting the kind of work from Zone 4.
Mr. Jones, when you say you're losing your home, tell me exactly what's happening.
What's happening is my white neighbor is able to call out, go to when he comes out, he's able to afford attorneys to harass me, harass my family, and say that my property is his property. And when you talk about that Plan A, that trail that's going through, they wants to use my property to come through my property, and he's using the planners down here to aid him in his malfeasance. And so what I'm saying is, when I go to court, the court said they made mistakes. The man go down there and say, I'm moving his trees that's actually on my property. And instead of a police officer coming out there and saying, hey, look, those trees haven't been touched. Only trees been cut is the ones on my property. But Zone 4 never says anything. So I'm in something that I'm having to go to court with, that's saying that because the way the administration is and the way the policing is, they are getting approval, and they're being able to put claims on my property inappropriately. And I'm having to find attorneys and stuff like that to say, hey, this is Philip Jones' property. It's not this neighbor property. The man is using my address and everything I have. And when I come down here, no one is saying anything. I tell the police officer, I say, this is my property.
Okay. Let Officer Lonnie Character, Deputy Chief Hampton, would you please connect Mr. Jones with Officer Character? I believe that he will be able to assist him. Mr. Jones, will you get Deputy Chief Hampton's phone number?
Okay.
So that, and I'll be happy to come out and see if we can.
If you would, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I sure will. Okay. That's Officer Lonnie Character. He's with Zone 4. Next speaker, Ayanna Lofton.
Hello to everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak before the council. Today, we are here. I'm representing my family, and there's another family that's represented here. First of all, I just want to kind of lay a foundation. This is regarding a situation, a police shooting that happened back in July 25th, 2021. Okay. During that time, it was a lot going on. Of course, there was a different administration as far as the mayor, and even also the chief regarding APD. Now, the concern is this was brought to the attention of the Atlanta Citizens Review Board. To this day, as of today, there's still an open investigation of the actions on that day for the officer. Okay, on that day, it was someone that lost their life, which this is the family that's represented here, his daughter and family members here. My husband was injured. And because of, there was lack of transparency and investigation proper, I would say, it resulted in my husband being in prison, which he's in prison right now. He still has an opportunity to address that, what he was charged of, alleged, so forth. But the concern is, after several conversations with Mr. Reed, who's over Atlanta Citizens Review Board, the investigator who's handling the particular case, which is Investigator Fleming, they're not able to go forth with their investigations, which could have helped initially with the investigation of this whole situation, because there's still an open investigation with OPS regarding the actions of this officer, which is no longer with the department. So I'm asking, could there please be a review, the authority that you all have to even open up, have the investigation open back up, somehow look into even this investigation that's still open with OPS, which Atlanta Citizen Review Board cannot go forward. And we're talking about what? We're on year 4. And it's very disappointing, and it's cost my family a lot. It's cost this family a lot. We've able to come together since that time, and I've met them. It's a lot, and we're just asking for your help. I know I've reached out back then to Chief Hamilton and others. I did get a call back during that
Chief
time.
Hampton?
Hampton, I'm sorry, Chief Hampton during that time. And I have, all the communications, just
Do you have his information?
I have his information,
Okay.
yes. I reached out even to the mayor, Keisha Bottoms, at that time, and also to the current mayor, but I didn't get a response back.
Where did this incident happen?
It happened on Hamilton.
H.E. Holmes?
Yes, it was the block party. That
Okay, and
was
what year?
2021, July 25th, 2021.
Okay.
Okay.
I know the family that's standing behind you. I know them, so I'm very sorry that you all have been going through this, but I believe that Deputy Chief Hampton will connect you to the best of his ability. And also, will you get my number as well? They know me well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, okay? We have been joined by the Honorable Antonio Lewis. Next speaker, Denise White.
Good afternoon, Chairperson Boone and members of the Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee. My name is Denise White, and I'm the Deputy Director at PAD. I'm excited to share a few important updates with you today. First, PAD's community response hours have officially expanded. We are now available to respond to 311 calls and law enforcement diversions until midnight, Monday through Friday. We soft launched our extended hours on April 14th and are now increasing our engagement efforts to make sure the city residents are aware of this change. We would love to attend your community events and help spread the word so your constituents know they have a resource available beyond traditional hours. And the second update is PAD is partnering with the Carter Center and Neighborhood Nexus to develop a public dashboard on PAD and police response. We're really excited because the public can actually see the impact of our work. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, Takita Holland.
Good afternoon, all. I must say I am honored to be here today because of why I'm here. And maybe why I'm here is multifold. As I introduce myself, I have to say that I am a Grady baby. I'm a 1970s Grady baby. I was born and raised in Atlanta. I am the first cousin of Gabriel Parker, who was killed the day on July 25th of 2021. And here I am 4 years later asking for transparency from the involved officers' actions that are currently under review since 2021. I'm sorry, Takita Holland is my name. Born Takita Levette Holland. On behalf of the city, I feel there's no transparency. There has been no transparency, at least to the family. This family, not the family that he created, but the one he was born to. My mother took Gabriel Parker and his other younger brother in, who was also involved in this situation that day in some way, but maybe just by being there. There were many of my family members out there that night. I want to know what happened. We deserve to know why we buried Gabriel Antonio Parker, known as Sam. There's been no clarity. There's no narrative. There's no why, no who, no what, no where. I just know how he was shot. By what? I don't even know. I deserve to know. No matter how the rest of my family feel, they deserve to know. She deserves to know what happened to her father. And as my time narrows down, I also ask, how is someone already charged and jailed and this city did not reach out to his blood relatives? Blood. I stood on the other steps and said, my family member died. I responded to, I think, a Facebook post of yours saying, when is the city gonna reach out to his family? I gave up my childhood to raise this kid. I wanna know what happened to him. I deserve to know. And I want the guilty charged, not the narrative we know from the streets. I wanna know what really happened. This is his daughter. If you'd like to say something, sweetheart, her mother. Anything?
I know them. I didn't know that they were going through this.
Amen. I know your mother. She taught me French.
Okay, which school?
Kennedy Middle School.
Okay.
I can still do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
But she would clap.
Yep.
You had to count. You had to do it. The ABCs, that's another story.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry you all have been going through this, and we are definitely going to get the information and see exactly where they are with this. Do you have Deputy Chief Hampton's phone
I
number?
do not. And I must say in front of everybody, where did she go? Wifey, where'd she go? I just want to say, had she not had the courage to speak to the other side, I wouldn't be here today. I would still be at home, sad, asking God, when are you going to show me what happened?
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Next speaker, Ms. Val Anderson.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Boone, I would like to address you directly.
Thank you.
I sent you the Channel 11 news segment about the DUIs with the police officers, bad behavior that 11 Alive did. So I'm appealing to you directly. When I say I want to appeal to the committee to help me get justice for my son and investigate all these DUIs these police have been getting and getting a slap on the wrist without any repercussion as far as what they're doing. That something have to give. So I would like for the committee to be my voice in investigating why we have so many DUIs officers that still have a job. And on my son's behalf, I am going to advocate for zero tolerance when it comes to DUI for police officers. Because lawless drunk Melvin Potter, who was on probation, that shot my son, murdered my son 3 times, it needs to be accountability as to why he murdered my son. Up to this day, all I know is lawless drunk, murdering Melvin Potter, an APD police officer, is who murdered my son. 8 months in, that's all I know, is who murdered my child. Where is the justice? And then we have Executive Director of Post, Chris Harvey, who make an absurd and idiotic statement as far as it's normal. It's not normal to me that my child was killed by a lawless drunk police officer. And he wouldn't be saying something as obnoxious as he did if it was his child got murdered by a lawless drunk officer. So I'm asking you, Ms. Boone, and the committee to help me. So if I need to call each and every one of you named directly to be a voice to investigate why there's a revolving door with these DUI officers getting slapped on the wrist, it's a problem. It's a serious problem. And the way it's going is going to end up being a crisis. So Ms. Boone, like I said, I'm appealing to you to be my voice in this and investigate all of this, especially the segment that Channel Alive did. So do I have your commitment that you would investigate all this wrongdoing by the police, especially APD?
You do have a commitment from us that we will work with the administration.
Okay.
As you know, the administration runs the day-to-day operations of the city. We do not hire, nor do we have the ability to fire members that work for the Honorable Andre Dickens and his administration, but we will definitely speak with them, and I'm going to ask the law department to opine on this.
Okay, thank you so much.
Madam Amber Robinson, City Attorney's Office.
Good afternoon, Amber A. Robinson, City of Atlanta Attorney's Office. That's absolutely correct. The administration, from the mayor down to the chief of police, would have purview over disciplinary issues and the policies surrounding them regarding whether or not what the appropriate discipline would be for a violation such as DUI.
You do have a commitment that we will definitely speak with the administration regarding that. They do not report to us directly, so we will definitely speak with them regarding that and get any information that we can for you. The Honorable Antonio Lewis.
My question would be to the attorneys as well. Is there something that we can do in highlighting it, or is there anything we can do to is there a request we can make to the Atlanta Citizens Review Board, or is there a request we can make to the police department to where we can have that number so that it could be on our minds all the time about police officers who now have open DUIs. Is there something that we can do?
There would be no concern with this council, any individual council member or this committee requesting that APD provide that information to you all as an update.
Thank you.
Next speaker, Ms. Chastity Ivory.
Good afternoon. I just want to kind of just piggyback on what Val Anderson said. And then just in reference to the police officers and making sure that there's follow-up, because there should really be some sort of recourse behind these actions and behind when police officers break the law, especially the laws that they're trying to enforce, just as we would be having some sort of repercussion or some sort of, consequences if we were to get a DUI or a DWI. So I'm just basically just piggybacking on her and just asking for the commitment, asking for the voice, and asking for just some sort of like actionary responses from the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, last name L-I-B-U-R-D. L-I-B-U-R-D, please come up. Thank you.
Good afternoon. And my name is Janet Sawi. I'm also here on behalf of Ms. Anderson. I just want to say that, like I said before, I come here with her every now and again when I can. And, I speak to her every day, and I have to go through the motions with her because I knew her we grew up together, and she's actually my daughter's cousin, so he calls me auntie. So I am also feeling the pain and the anguish that she's going through. So I just want to say that this police officer should not be on the force. He should not be working. He's a drunk. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. For someone to kill someone for no apparent reason, up to now we don't know the reason why he killed him. And he was not working, he was on probation. So I just want to say to you guys, do what you can to get him off the force so he does not do this to anybody else. Like I said before, I have a grandson. He's very small right now, but I'm afraid what might happen to him because a lot of the police officers just go out and, it's like they're killing for no reason. It's like, it's something that they enjoy doing. And especially these young Black men, we're losing so many Black young men, and this shouldn't happen. A lot of them are so innocent, okay? And if the police officer should just take the time to get to know people, they know that these young guys are not out there doing anything wrong. Because my nephew, he was just out there trying to stop a fight. He was not doing anything to anybody. He was just trying to calm them down and tell them, hey, no fighting. He walked another police officer out, and then Melvin shot him for what? Why did Melvin shot him? Can somebody tell us why? We don't know. Up to now, 8 months after, we still don't know the reason why Melvin shot and killed my nephew. It's very painful. And I just want to let you know we're here to get justice, and we're going to get it eventually. She's going to continue to come here, and I'm going to come here when I can with her to support her and make sure she gets justice. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Last speaker, Devin Barrington Ward.
Good afternoon, Devin Barrington Ward with the National Police Accountability Project. I am here to speak to a paper that you all have before this committee today that was introduced by Councilmember Bakhtiari regarding a resolution urging the Georgia Highway Patrol to rein in its pursuit policies in the wake of another senseless death of a bystander due to these types of pursuits. Cooper Shanky, who was just 19 years old when his vehicle was struck by another driver who was fleeing what was supposed to be a simple traffic stop from a Georgia Highway Patrol officer inside of the city limits of Atlanta. I'd like to echo something that Councilmember Bakhtiari said, which is that Moreland Avenue may be a state route, but it drives through a community that you all are responsible for, ensuring that people there are not seen as casualties or seen as collateral damage in the midst of law enforcement attempting to apprehend someone. I don't believe that that is in the best interest of public safety. And so in that resolution, it also requests that the Atlanta Police Department evaluate the ways that it requests backup from Georgia Highway Patrol, particularly for simple traffic violations, to ensure that people are not losing their lives because of a broken taillight, to ensure that people are not losing their lives because of a suspended license. There was a time in the city of Atlanta where we had no pursuit policy. That changed, and we have a pursuit policy that is limited in scope. Georgia Highway Patrol essentially has no pursuit policy. It gives too much discretion to its troopers, and many of these deaths that are taking place are occurring in the city of Atlanta. Ironically enough, the Georgia Highway Patrol opened a new post in Buckhead, and a few weeks prior to the opening of that post in your district, Councilwoman Norwood, an innocent bystander was killed due to another high-speed pursuit. This is not a radical demand to preserve life. And so it is my hope that this committee will advance this legislation, this resolution, to the full council so that we can send a message to the governor that this is not an issue about right or left, but this is about the preservation of life, which should be the duty of all public officials. Finally, I'd like to say that I continue to stand in solidarity with the Anderson family, and it is astonishing that we are advocating our responsibility to just the administration. This is the policy-making body for the city of Atlanta. There is nothing that stops you. I'm sure our attorney, Ms. Amber, can justify that, but there's nothing that stops this body from issuing policy that we have a stronger policy on what happens when police officers that are attached to Atlanta Police Department are arrested or suspected of a DUI. And so it would be my hope that you not only ask the administration questions, but you all do your legislative responsibility and find ways to remedy this issue. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to thank all of our public speakers for coming out today to keep us informed and let us know what is on your mind. Thank you very much for being here. If there are no objections from the body, we will take our legislative items first.
Starting with communications, item number 1, 25C0054, a communication from Mayor Andre Dickens reappointing Mr. Terry Ross to serve as a member of the License Review Board. This appointment is for a term of 2 years. Madam Chair, there is a request to hold this item to give Mr. Ross a chance to appear before the committee.
So moved. Seconded by the Honorable Mary Norwood. Please open the vote.
The vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The item has been held. Madam Chair.
Can we have a motion to approve the favorable claims? Moved by the Honorable Ishe Collins. Seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The favorable claims have been approved.
May we have a motion to adverse the unfavorable claims? Moved by the Honorable Ishe Collins, seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The claims have been averted. Madam Chair, that brings us to our first read, starting with item number 1, 25O1219, an ordinance by Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee to waive Section 2-783H1 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances to authorize the settlement of all claims against the defendant in the case of Matthew Erickson versus Jesse Barmettler et al., civil action file number 2-4-CV-02115-JPB, United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia in the amount of $15,000.00, authorizing said amounts to be paid from general fund, non-departmental, litigation expenses, and functional activity number, authorizing the chief financial officer to distribute the total settlement amount and for other purposes. That takes us to our regular agenda, beginning with ordinances for second reading, starting with item number 2. It's 25-0-1156, an ordinance by Councilmember Michael Julian Bond to amend Chapter 10 of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances to permit restaurants licensed for the sale of alcohol for consumption on premises to secure additional and separate licenses for the retail sale of malt beverages / beer and/or wine for off-premises consumption, and to provide that any restaurants choosing to apply for and secure separate licenses for the retail sale of malt beverages, beer and/or wine for off-premise consumption shall meet the qualifications and requirements for such package sales licenses, including the distance requirements and all the payment of all acceptable license fees, in addition to meeting the qualifications and requirements for a license to sell alcohol for on-premise consumption as a restaurant. And where there shall be any conflict between such qualifications and requirements, the more stringent shall control, and for other purposes.
Moved by the Honorable Antonio Lewis, seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis. To hold, please open the vote.
Vote is open.
We have a question from a member of our body, the Honorable Ishe Collins.
Just curious, more background on the hold.
Will the law department opine on this piece?
Good afternoon, Amber A. Robinson, City of Atlanta, Department of Law. I do not have the background on the hold, but I can explain the purpose of the legislation. It would allow restaurants to apply for package store licenses in addition to their licenses for consumption on the premises. So a package store license would allow for consumption off premises, which would allow restaurants to sell unopened bottles of wine and beer for persons to take out of the restaurant.
I would just clear in terms of any, Councilman Lewis, in terms of the reservation as terms of the hold.
Well, it is sponsored by Michael Julian Bond, I think.
So you
So we need
the sponsor would be who you need to ask. The sponsor wants us to hold
Mr.
it.
Bond.
Mr.
Oh,
Bond.
no, but you made a motion to hold
Bond.
it, right?
So Mr. Bond wants us to hold it. The sponsor
got
wants
it.
us to hold it. So typically, I never hold Mr. Bond's paper ever. He definitely never wants any paper hold unless he asks you to. So the sponsor made a request, and we all knew that's why it went that way.
Oh, I didn't know, sorry. Okay,
Gotcha.
sounds good, thanks.
Next item, Mr. Overton.
You have to conduct the vote. Can all council members please vote? Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The item is held. This brings us to item number 3, 25-01181, an ordinance by Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee authorizing the mayor or his designee to reinstate and amend the lease agreement between the City of Atlanta and the Retail Property Trust, Massachusetts Business Trust, to extend the term of the lease commencing retroactively on January 1st, 2024, and ending on December 31st, 2026, in connection with the lease of approximately 1,797 square feet of office space located at 3393 Peachtree Road, Suite 2016B, Lenox Mall, Atlanta, Georgia, authorizing a lease amount not to exceed $1.00 per year, waiving Article 10, Section 2-1546 of the Procurement Code of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances, authorizing the expenditure to be charged to and paid from 1001 General Fund 240406 APD Police Precinct Zone 2 5223103 Building Rental or Leasing Services 3223000 Patrol and for other purposes.
Moved by the Honorable Mary Norwood, seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The item is favorable. Brings us to item number 4, 25-01205, an ordinance by Councilmember Michael Julian Bond waiving Division 4, Chapter 2 of Article 10, Procurement of Real Estate Code of the City of Atlanta Code of Ordinances to authorize the mayor or his designee on behalf of the Department of Corrections to retroactively execute a 6-month extension of the agreement with Keefe Commissionary Network LLC from May 1st, 2025 through November 1st, 2025, so as to ensure that there are no cessation of commissary services for the inmates and detainees in the Atlanta City Detention Center in an amount not to exceed $270,000.00, with all contracted work to be charged to and paid from 7701 Trust Fund 090101. Corps Commissioner of Corps 5311001, Supplies Consumable 1320000, Chief Executive 600405, Jail Fund Administration 69999, Non-Capital Trust Projects, and for other purposes.
Moved by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis, seconded by the Honorable Ishay Collins. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The item is favorable. This brings us to our resolution, starting with item number 5. This is 25R3328, a resolution by Councilmember Liliana Bakhtiari urging the state of Georgia to adopt reforms to the Georgia State Patrol's vehicular pursuit policies and the Atlanta Chief of Police to review the protocols for requesting backup from Georgia State Patrol to ensure public safety in incidents involving minor traffic violations and for other purposes.
Motion. Move approval, seconded by the Honorable Ishay Collins. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The item is favorable. If there are no objections, can we take items 6 and 7 together?
Please proceed.
Item number 6, 25R3416, a resolution by Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee authorizing the settlement of all claims against the City of Atlanta in the matter of Sheikh Tris White v. City of Atlanta, civil action number 23EV003851, pending before the State Court of Fulton County in the amount of $26,000.00, authorizing the settlement amount to be charged to and paid from 5051 Water and Wastewater Revenue Fund, 200301 NPD unallocated citywide employee expenses, 5212005 litigation expenses, and 1540000 human resources and for other purposes. And item number 7, 25R3417, a resolution by Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee authorizing settlement of all claims against the City of Atlanta in the matter of Tahir Blue v. City of Atlanta et al., civil action number 23EV000955, pending before the State Court of Fulton County in the amount of $67,500.00, authorizing the settlement amount to be charged to and paid from 5051 Water and Wastewater Revenue Fund, 200301 MPD unallocated citywide employee expenses, 5212005 litigation expenses, and 5140000 human resources and for other purposes.
Move approval.
Sorry.
Seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The items are favorable. Item number 8, Madam Chair, there is a request to amend this item. The amendment would just correct a typo in the contract number.
Do we have a motion to amend? Moved by the Honorable Mary Norwood, seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The amended item is before the body. This is an amended resolution. This is item number 8, 25R3418, an amended resolution by the Public Safety and Legal Administration Committee authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a renewal number 1 to agreement SPS 1210211, Lead Online LLC Software Services for investigative software on behalf of the Atlanta Police Department for a term of 1 year commencing on May 25th, 2025 through May 24th, 2026, in an amount not to exceed $140,546.00. All contracted work to be charged to and paid from account listed below and for other purposes.
Move approval. Seconded by the Honorable Vice Chair Dustin Hillis. Please open the vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed. 5 yeas, 0 nays. The item is approved as amended. Madam Chair, we have nothing coming off of the held list today. This concludes our legislative agenda.
Thank you. We will now proceed to our report. We will have crime statistics by the Atlanta Police Department, Deputy Chief Hampton.
Good afternoon, Deputy Chief Hampton of the Special Events Division. You should have received our COBRA report. But right now, we are showing a 11% decrease in overall crime. Homicide has a 22% reduction, as well as our person shot is also down 21%. We do see right now we are up in rates, but our Special Victims Unit says that 97% of those cases are between incidents and known parties, so the victim and the perpetrator have some type of relationship prior to the incident. We continue to see a reduction in our auto thefts, as well as our theft from motor vehicles. And then all zones are actually down year to date, with Zone 4 leading right now. So I'm sure Major Clay is sitting very happy and trying to eye that your crime reduction award. What do we attribute this to? One, personnel, we continue to hire. We are increasing our staffing. So right now, we have about 1,700 sworn personnel and several in the pipeline. Also, again, the equipment, especially with our vehicles, expanding our take-home car program, that continues to also help out. And then our field operation division is also in the process of rolling out. Many of the zones are also on 12-hour shifts. So we also are seeing more officers being out and active. And then we also like to contribute this decrease with our Operation Kickstart. This is a deployment between ourselves, our state, our federal resources. They combine on a bi-weekly basis to actively patrol and attack crime based on intelligence. And so they've had 3 deployments so far this year, and it resulted in 51 arrests, 19 of those being convicted felons, 9 documented gang members, 7 guns have been reported, and 134 traffic citations have been issued. And numerous narcotics have also been taken off the street. So again, we definitely are doing things and trying to be active, but using the intelligence and the technologies that we have available to us to effectively fight crime. Again, we're also working with our community service division as we get ready for the summer, to continue to highlight our police athletic league, as well as our 3 at Promise Center, to make sure that our juveniles have